recapture this. It says the air rage, where they're actually duct taping people in flight. I never even heard of such things.
Being told not to duct tape passengers after a series of disturbing incidents. So how will they protect themselves and the other passengers? ABC's Gio Benitez has more.
With in-flight confrontations on the rise. United Airlines sending a memo to its crew members reminding them don't use duct tape on passengers. You'll remember that viral video just 2 weeks ago of a passenger on a Frontier Airlines flight duct taped to a seat after allegedly groping two flight attendants and punching another. The flight attendants were placed on leave while they investigated. This as the tally of unruly passengers keeps growing. Now, more than 3,800 cases since the start of the year.
Now, is this a training exercise? I'm just curious. Is this really happening?
And the
Hard to
union for
tell.
Southwest flight attendants saying they've hit a breaking point.
Our flight attendants are weary, exhausted, and they can take no more. We're asking that additional flights not be added to the schedule until the company can handle the flight schedules that we currently have.
So flight attendants are learning to take on unruly passengers by fighting back. ABC News inside a recent one-on-one self-defense training class from federal air marshals.
Now, I don't get this kind of self-defense training as a civilian. I also I've applied for flight attendant jobs. They've just never called me back. I went through Delta, by the way.
A TSA program once offered once a quarter, now offered once a month. So now you're basically doing 3 or 4 times.
Now, they're portraying this as a federal air marshal through TSA. That's a problem at aviation, based on the broken glass in the USA program that we're in at the moment, with the tectonic shift and the environmental cracking.
Times the number of classes with double.
This is what the media is painting in this DIA program.
The disruptions on the aircraft are higher now than they have been in recent memory.
Watch down my wrist. During the 4-hour course, air marshals teach flight attendants various de-escalation techniques and how to defend themselves if passengers become violent, like this.
Turn.
They also have a professional photo studio in there painting the photos as if this was historically accurate. This is what has arrived. It is a big problem because it does not belong in where it's painting itself in as if this is a reality that's acceptable, which it is not.
And break it away from the thumb.
For flight attendant Stacia Gardner, it's a refresher.
This is a trend that's becoming a big problem, especially in Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. During a time frame where I'm losing my physical leg mobility through cybersecurity and biological attacks. Without physical touch, it's through environmental equipment. It's called signal and tracking.
All right, well, an Olympic medalist is helping an infant get a life-saving heart surgery. Polish javelin thrower Maria Andrzejczyk auctioned off her silver medal from the Summer Games in Tokyo. She sold it for $125,000. A Polish supermarket chain made the winning bid. The funds raised will allow an 8-month-old boy to get the necessary surgery at Stanford University Medical Center. Very nice. Yeah, she's a hero.
This is what the newscast looks like at the moment.
Eyewitness News. I'm Sandra Bookman. And I'm Candace McCowan for Jeff and the entire Eyewitness News team. Thank you so much for watching. And make sure you're back this afternoon for Eyewitness News first at 4. And we are always on it.
They're the cast characters, so they have a biased, skewed view on the truth.
I've been dealing with fibroids for over 12 years.
And there was, just real quick, a weatherman today who's different.
Navigate.
Oh, there he is.
Spreads any rain or wind? Or morning. Here's our
Now, this is August 18th, 2021. This gentleman looks like he's bioengineered, correct? Because he's on the thinner side and not bloated elephantitis like myself in dangerous region and dead zone. He's speaking of a hurricane coming called Henri. Henri Lossier is Notre Dame. It is a big parallel dimension and parallel universe important piece, which is my son, Cat Scratch.
Here's our satellite radar. Not showing
And
a
his
lot of
proper
this.
father, not the
Actually,
shitbag American that you
in
have
the cloud cover. A couple of sprinkles
like
located
glued to my
north of
shoe
New York
like
City, but the remnants of
toilet
Friday
paper.
are over western Pennsylvania, and there's some strong to severe thunderstorm activity blowing up over south central Pennsylvania. This yellow area here under a tornado watch. A lot of
You
rotation in the
see
atmosphere.
the
to
cuts
east of this
in the
storm
glass?
center. And that whole kind of
All
regime
these
will
are
head into the tri-state
cuts
overnight
in the
tonight, so you can't
glass.
rule out an isolated tornado
These
in
are
one or two
congruent
spots in
with
our
my
area
other
during the
reports.
overnight hours. Tropics very
Normally,
active.
I don't get
Ice
something
down
as
here.
handsome and family
75
congruent as this
state
gentleman,
winds.
but
This
today
is
they gave me
south
somebody
of
on
Cancun,
media.
Yucatan Peninsula later on tonight into tomorrow, and we got to keep a close eye on Henri. Just south of Bermuda, 65-mile-per-hour winds heading off to the west and then taking a sharp turn up the east coast as we head deeper into the weekend. Right now, we figure it'll be a little bit offshore, but close enough to cause some very strong rip currents and high surf at our beaches. Worst case scenario, if it travels along the western side of this cone, we get some rain and wind in at least a portion of our
This
viewing
is
area
where
as
I
we head
am
throughout
at the
latter
moment.
half of the weekend. Actually, with the forecast for the afternoon, humid out there, variably cloudy. Watch for a shower in a couple of spots. A high getting up to about 82. It's muggy out there tonight. A couple of heavy showers and thunderstorms from those.
I have horizontal lightning that strikes as well as vertical where I am. I've been able to catch on media, on my own media, personal media, horizontal only though.
Tonight an AccuWeather alert. By Friday, it's warm and humid, maybe a thunder shower in the afternoon.
I do know, however, vertical
Same
lightning
till
strike
Saturday.
does
Surf
exist.
developing from offshore Henri over the weekend. We'll be watching it carefully to see if it spreads any rain
Henri
in
Lossier.
other parts of the area, and then we clear out into the early part of next week. You're in good hands. Lee Goldberg will be watching it all, starting on Eyewitness News first at 4. Back over to you.
Whoever Lee Goldberg is.
That's right.
Right? Thank you, Jeff.
Nobody seems to know. But this
Besides the weather.